Hey, what's up? It's Jake, and I want to say thank you for making it this far. If you've gone through my 20 something videos of Terraform torture, we're almost halfway through. It's a long one, but there's a lot to learn, and I kind of wanted to go over where we are and kind of as we're hitting this almost halfway point where we're going and what I've left out and what we're going to get back to. So up to this point, we've covered learning about infrastructure as code, private public cloud, documentation, use cases, etc. Um, so I feel like the videos I've created so far cover this very, very well. And this is the study guide for the associate certification. Managing infrastructure, the getting started tutorials, it says to complete all the tutorials. That's a lot of tutorials. At least for AWS, we did this. We installed it, we built some stuff, we changed it, destroyed it, input variables, query data, outputs, remote state. We did all of that for AWS. I'm not going to do everything yet, I don't think. For fundamentals with CLI, there's 15 tutorials. You've got output data, variables, locks, upgrade provider versions, importing Terraform. We haven't done the import yet. Managing resources, refresh only, targeting, logging into the cloud, migrating state to the cloud. We haven't done the troubleshooting, so I'm planning on doing the import. It's a Docker exercise, the troubleshooting. We manage versions. We didn't verify archives with a PGP key. It's pretty easy, but we can do that one. Develop configuration with console. We didn't do that. Probably not going to mess with console much. Um, so really the import, the configuration, we've done an import of a resource. I did a simple EC2 instance, and we do troubleshoot. There's a couple concepts in here I haven't gone over yet. So before I go into this, I'm going to cover modules and how to use conditionals, loops, things like that. We went over the language. As we kind of go through this process of learning everything, we're actually covering all of this. Um, Modules will be next. As I'm going through Terraform Up and Running 2, I still have to go through and bring this in here. Reusable infrastructure modules, and then all the loops, tips and tricks, prod stuff, and then how to do tests, and then using it on a team. So I'm going to go through all of that material. Again, the code is janky, so I'm kind of going through it and just correcting things and making sure that it works and doing it on the most current version and best practices AWS. Provisioning with Cloud Init, we didn't do the Cloud Init tool or Packer. I'll probably get to Packer here pretty soon. State, I went over in great detail. Terraform Cloud, I went over in great detail. And then use cases, I don't think I did a lot of the use cases, but um, it's definitely some stuff that we might go over. But this is all the tutorials. That's just this one section, right? So you should go through everything, but that's just the one section. I'm not going to try to be an expert in every cloud with Terraform. I just want to know how it works and be able to say, I think this is a good reason for this. I think this is a bad reason for this. If somebody tries to push Terraform remote state as a data provider, I can tell them why that's a bad idea. I can tell them why storing secrets into a Terraform state file in an encrypted S3 bucket is a bad idea, all that kind of stuff. So just a good learning experience, I think. If I get certified, great. If not, I really don't care. Um, so providers documentation, we went over that. We went over state, we went over settings, we went over provision infrastructure, we went over provisioners, we went over resources, refresh only, locks and upgrades. CRUD gets into modules, so I haven't gone over that. That's definitely something we're going to do. Mastering the workflow that we use all the time: init, validate, plan, apply, destroy. This I use constantly. I use format constantly. I went over taint. I didn't do troubleshooting yet. Again, that goes into some modules and things that are a little confusing if you haven't been through it yet. So we'll get to that. State, workspace, monolith. That was super fun. That was the Tetris exercise. The import, I'll do a little bit more with that with Docker. That's this guy right here. So we'll do that. And then, so the next thing we're going to be doing is getting into modules. Rewrite configuration, managing state. I went over this in great detail. Debugging, enterprise. I think we'll understand it. I already did some Sentinel stuff. I did Sentinel policy as code. Um, Modules on the registry. We're going to get into modules, so that's fine. Workspaces, went over all that. So a lot of the stuff we'll go over, and then next steps, whatever. So basically, once we get into modules, conditions, loops, things like that, and then we can kind of put those together with some things that will make a little bit more sense. But that's where we've gone, and that's what we're doing, and then that should be it.